AI assets that are linked and associated with a glossary of business and governance artifacts that define the business terms, policies, and rules that govern and protect them. So by having everything organized, it gives me the capability to find what I'm looking for very quickly. I can use the global search here, for instance, let's say to search for anything related to insurance. Let's say I'm doing some insurance claims processing or fraud detection, and I'm doing an analytical project, and I need to find assets or data assets related to insurance. I see some auto insurance data, or I am the data steward, data engineer, or part of the data governance team, and I actually want to see what are all the governance artifacts that have been defined for insurance. For instance, business terms, data classifications, or things like categories and other business related information. So this global search, because everything is organized, allows me now to search across catalogs, projects, as well as all these governance artifacts that are part of my business glossary to easily locate information a lot quicker. So all the organized capabilities are under the Organize submenu off of the IBM Cloud Pak for Data main menu. Let's look at the governance capabilities. So from the Data and AI Governance submenu, you can see I have the ability to define categories, business terms, classifications, data classes, reference data, as well as policies and rules. These are all the data governance artifacts that I can create and define and make part of my global business glossary. So if we take a look at the business terms that we have defined, I have quite a robust list of business terms here. You can define as many business terms as you want and know that there is a process, a workflow management process that gets all these to a published state. They start out in draft mode, and then you have a workflow management system, which is also controlled through the Organize menu for you to be able to review, approve, and then ultimately publish all these definitions to the business glossary. So I've got business terms, I've got categories, and categories, allow me to organize all my business assets, governance assets and artifacts under different categories. So if we go into the customer information category here, you can see I have a whole bunch of business terms that are related to customers: date of birth, last name, first name, phone number, etc. And then I can also have, obviously data classes here, which are very important because it allows me to classify my data. These data classes are actually used by the metadata curation process to, for instance, automatically classify data as it's cataloged and brought into the catalog. So if it finds, for instance, any of these out-of-the-box data classes, it would automatically classify that data. Obviously, you can also do things like, create your own policies and rules. So policies are business policies about a certain specific, topic, such as data retention or data quality. And in this case, let's say sensitive information. I can define a sensitive information policy that tells how sensitive information should be protected, and then also what rules should protect that sensitive information. In this case, I've got two: one for social security numbers, one for credit card information. So if we take a look at those rules, we'll see how they've been defined and how they're actually going to protect the data. So you can have multiple rules, whether they be governance rules or data protection rules. In this case, this is a data protection rule, which means it will, in fact, take action and, for instance, redact, substitute, or obfuscate, mask the data in place as it's being viewed. So in order to protect credit card information, I am going to look for anything classified as a number, expiration date, or validation number, and then take the action of redacting the data. We'll move on to data curation. I also have the ability to curate data. And by curating data, I'm talking about going out and establishing secure access to all of your disparate data sources wherever they reside, and then being able to automate this process, make this an automated discovery process, and then be able to go out and discover the metadata about the data, and then do some content and quality analysis like profiling and classification. So I can set up a new discovery job that goes out and simply pick a data source that's already been defined, come out here, and select either by schema, entire database, individual table, or even use regular expressions to define what it is that you want to discover. and then I can actually, just go ahead and be selective about what I want to discover, and then do some analysis on columns, data quality, automatically assign business terms, and then ultimately publish that to a catalog. So all that discovery goes to a set of workspaces that you define, and this gives the data engineer, the quality analyst, the opportunity to analyze the data before it's actually published to the catalog. So I have the ability to do quality analysis, I can do relationship analysis. It does a very thorough content and quality analysis of the actual data assets that you specify. And then I can drill down and immediately get a quality score now on all these data assets, and then drill in individually now, and also be able to get a quality read on the individual columns that are within it, and then come over here and look at different categories like governance and data quality, and it's gone out and done a tremendous amount of discovery and done some automatic term associations for me. So it's just automatically assigned some business terms. It's already automatically classified the data, profiled the data, and then I can actually come out here and actually see governance information as well as data quality information. What are the violations, if any? Do I have duplicate values? Do I have suspect values? Gives me a very detailed analysis so that I can look at this information now after it's been discovered, analyze it, and then ultimately publish this to the catalog. So now that I've established my data governance framework, and I've gone out and done some data discovery, done some data curation, populated some quality data to the catalog, trusted information. I now, as a data consumer, can come out here and go to those catalogs and start looking for data, finding data, searching for data, and then using that data. So I'm going to go into the enterprise catalog here and show you some of the capabilities I have now as an end user. So all that work's been done by the data governance team. They've published all this data to the catalog now. We know it's trusted, we know it's governed. So now I can just sit here and find what I'm looking for. I can use the intelligent recommendations that the catalog gives me in terms of what, these are some things I might be interested in that maybe others have looked at, or that relate to something that I've looked at previously. I can look at the highly rated category. What are other people saying about these data assets? And then also look at what's new, what's been recently added that I might be interested in. So if I go and take a look now, let's say at this auto insurance customer data, I immediately get an overview of the data. So it's a sampling of the data. This could be a large table. I get the first 1,000 rows, and I immediately see that the data is being protected. 4 columns are being masked. 1 is substituted, and 3 are redacted. So my data governance rules are kicking in here to protect different attributes within here. For instance, you'll see the little lock here that the national ID, which is the social security number, is being substituted. That credit card information rule is kicked in, and I'm protecting the validation number, the expiration date, and the credit card number per my rule definition. So I can't view that sensitive information. I can also come over here and look at reviews. What are others saying about this data? I can also write my own reviews. And then I can do things like going in and viewing the profile. So notice that I've got a lot of statistics here, so classifications as well as data statistics. So this data set is automatically profiled and classified so that I can get more detailed information about it. And also notice again that the columns that I'm not allowed to see are not profiled, so I can't see that information or those values. So I have a lot of information available to me about the actual contents of the data asset. So if I go back to the catalog, I also have the ability now to use these filters to filter on data that I want to see. So I can filter by tag, I can filter by type, by source, etc. Or I can just use the search bar here. And so, for instance, if I'm looking for auto insurance information, I can use the tags here as well as the names of the data assets to find what I'm looking for, and then take these data assets now and then ultimately add them to a project. So I can add them to a project and then select that project name. In this case, I want to put them to the auto insurance project. So if I go over to that project now, I can see that those assets have been added to my project along with that data connection. So now I can do things like data preparation, where I can actually take this and actually refine this data asset and prepare it for analytics. So the data refinery allows me to prepare my data by using this catalog of data preparation functions to join data, replace missing values, concatenate substring, join data together, and ultimately prepare it in preparation for whatever analytics and or AI uh, tasks are going to take place. So in summary, Cloud Pak for Data allows you to organize your data, which allows all data professionals to collaborate together so they can govern, curate, and ultimately consume trusted business ready